What's something you look forward to every single day? I live at a friend's family house. They offered me shelter after I became homeless, and every night I go to my car to read. I find that reading in my car every night before going to sleep gives this family a chance to get a break from seeing me, and I get a chance to be calm and away from everyone. They are amazing people and it's been so fun. I'm so thankful that they let me stay in their living room, but they tend to use it at night to watch a movie or have family time, so I take a chance to let them be and I get a chance to learn something and relax in my car. Getting home from work. I really enjoy that whole not at work time. It's especially great at the end of the week. I always walk out of the office at 5 on Friday thinking this is the farthest point in time until I have to be back at this godforsaken place. And don't even get me started on the moment I leave for vacation. Euphoric. Edit. Made this comment right before I went to bed last night and now it's become one of my most, if not the most, upvoted comments. Ha! Hope everyone has a good Friday and can enjoy that maximum Friday feeling today, or whenever your weekend may begin. Also, have a tradition in a Discord server I'm in. Someone posts this every Friday and it gets us in the weekend mood. So happy flat fuck Friday, everyone smile. My job gives us 3-day weekends, so today was my Friday and I was so excited to leave today. I hadn't realized this coming week is Martin Luther King Jr. Day until the end of work when my boss reminded us not to come in on Monday. I don't think I've felt that happy in months. Lamau. Not working is great, but surprise paid non-work is the absolute best. School. I always hated high school, and now that I'm going to a school that caters to my interest, auto tech, I can be happy going and seeing other people who have the same passion. Felt the same in college while getting a graduation in game development. It was so exciting to be able to talk to more people and work together on things we all loved. Honestly, every part of my home. As the daughter of an alcoholic hoarder, grew up in a very dysfunctional and at times abusive household. It was always dirty, loud, stressful and unstructured. Now that I'm an adult with the power to control my environment and lifestyle, I keep a clean, peaceful home. My bed is made, my carpet is vacuumed. I get to hang out with my cats and a good book and not have to worry about the electricity being shut off or my mom not coming home from the bar or any number of financial concerns that managed to steal my childhood away. I have what I dreamed of having as a little girl, autonomy and calm. I wish I had this, but it will come. I grew up in a similar environment and I just want my home to be tidy and clean. I live with a roommate and he never cleans up after himself. For the last year I have tried to have him realize I am not here to clean his messes, so it has come to the point where I just let it go because he's a 24-year-old adult man and needs to learn how to pick up after himself. I can't wait to be able to afford my own place in a few months, so I can have this peace. It sounds incredible. I used to feel that way. Getting through a day was the only thing it felt like I could do, and once 5/6 rolled around I knew no one was going to call with an issue. I've changed jobs and have so much more satisfaction and happiness now. If you are considering making a change, even taking the first steps of doing my resume and checking for jobs gave me happiness, as I knew there were other options. Not just what you're doing but where you're doing it. My last job was a soul-sucking hellhole nightmare. I couldn't even sleep at night from all the stress during the day. Now I'm doing the exact same job at a non-profit that's only purpose is to help children, and I'm surrounded by wonderful people and have never felt more fulfilled in my life. Bedtime routine with my 10-year-old cat. She's my best friend. We've had the same routine for years. I call her when I'm ready for bed. She comes running and jumps on the bed and flops against my chest and purrs all night. I never want to live a day without her. It's a nightmare to think about. I make sure to tell her I love her and say goodnight. My cat is 18 and loves my 10-year-old son. Once the kitty has had his dinner, he'll chill out with us on the couch or lay on the heater vent, but once it hits 8:30, if he sees the kid walking upstairs, he'll abandon us and trot upstairs to his boys' room for snuggles all night. The way the cat knows the minute the kid goes upstairs and his bouncy, joyful walk up to his cuddle buddy never fails to make me incredibly happy. And the kid loves the cat, possibly more than his sisters. Working with my son. He's 23. I'm 50. We spend MF working together building homes. We laugh all day long. It's the happiest time of my life. I know it's finite, so I'm enjoying it as much as possible while it lasts. Edit. My alarm went off, and I've discovered that this has resonated with a bunch of people. How awesome. I've read through all the comments. I wish I could reply to every single one, but I've got to go to work. We finished the doors, so we're starting flooring today. I tell him how I feel regularly, but I will tell him again this morning. I love him so much. He ended every talk he ever gave with a story of his uncle that taught him to do this. And what Uncle Alex found objectionable about human beings was they never noticed it, when they were really happy. So, whenever he was really happy, he could be sitting around in the shade, in the summertime, in the shade of an apple tree, and drinking lemonade and talking. Just sort of this back and forth buzzing like honey bees. And Uncle Alex would all of a sudden say, "If this isn't nice, what is?" And then we'd realize how happy we were, and we might have missed it. Fucking cherish. My dad and I were fairly close, but I moved away when I was 25. My family was the type that will travel to each other on an almost monthly basis when kids moved to other parts of the country. About a week after I moved, my dad broke both of his legs hanging Christmas lights. Yes, folks, those fuckers are indeed dangerous. As he was starting to recover from that and getting back to work, he came down with Guillain-Barré and was basically a quadriplegic. As he was slowly recovering from that, he got shingles, which we are pretty sure contributed to his heart attack. In less than 2 years of me leaving, my dad was dead and he never got to see the life I had made for myself as a true adult. Even though he never really got to see that life, when I went to his funeral, there were no shortage of people telling me how proud my dad was of me and how much he talked about me. As I sit here bawling my eyes out typing this, it has been 8 years and I will cherish those comments forever. Never take time for granted, especially if you are close with loved ones. Yes. I set up the coffee pot the night before, every night. In the morning my husband gets up to start it and crawls back into bed while it brews. When it's ready he puts his robe on and quietly brings me a cup, sets it on my nightstand and goes into the living room to peacefully wake up on his own, staring at his phone. In between alarm snoozes I briefly wake up and take a few sips of coffee. After several snoozes, I need a refill and that's usually when I get up to join him. It's such a great way to wake up, I love it so much. Some mornings he has to just get up and go off to a job site, but no matter how early it is, he brings me a cup of coffee in bed before giving me a kiss and going. He's the best. Getting home from work, opening the door and hearing my husband say, "Is that Mama?" to our toddler before I'm even in the room, then seeing my little boy's face light up, look to his dad like, "Are you seeing this?" And then he runs over to me, babbling and giggling. I'd say that's my encounter returning from work at least 3 to 5 days out of the week, and it is my absolute favorite thing. The sheer, spontaneous joy my dogs have when I tell them, "Who's home?" Then they hear the garage door opening and know, Mommy's home. Batshit crazy pandemonium ensues until I open the side door of garage. My wife is just as happy to see them, too. Nothing beats observing this scene every day, for 11 years. I used to feel that way. Getting through a day was the only thing it felt like I could do, and once 5/6 rolled around I knew no one was going to call with an issue. I've changed jobs and have so much more satisfaction and happiness now. If you are considering making a change, even taking the first steps of doing my resume and checking for jobs gave me happiness as I knew there were other options.